Welcome to A View to a Grill. I'm Johnny. Today we're going to be doing our first cook on the Golden's cast iron Kamado. For our first cook on the Golden's cast iron Kamado, we're going to do something easy. It's going to be chicken. I have a whole chicken that I cut up into 6 pieces, and I'll just salt those and get them into the refrigerator. We're going to let those sit in the refrigerator for a few hours, and in the meantime we're going to set up our Golden's cast iron Kamado. Today we're going to be using the 2-zone cooking method, and all that means is we're going to have a hot side and a cool side, or a direct heat side and an indirect heat side. To do that, we're going to need the divider plate. We'll get that in, and at the bottom of the firebox, I'm going to put some very large pieces of lump charcoal. I put a quarter on there just so you can have a size reference. In my chimney starter, I'm going to put some small lump charcoal. And the idea behind this is that the small lump charcoal will fill in the gaps created by the large lump charcoal for a more even heat distribution. After a few hours of the salted chicken being in the refrigerator, I'll take that out and put it on the counter. Now while the chicken is on the counter, I'm going to start up the charcoal chimney starter. Now while the charcoal is getting lit in the fire starter, I'm going to go ahead and season the chicken. Today we're going old school. All we're going to use is some SPG and poultry seasoning. I'll get that into a small bowl, probably a 3-to-1 ratio, and stir it up. When I was done, I had a rub that looked like this. Now we'll season both sides of our chicken, and when you're done, it should look something like this. Now our fire is ready in the charcoal chimney starter, and we're going to get that into the Golden's cast iron Kamado. We'll spread the coals around for an even heat distribution. I'll get the other grate down and close the lid. At this time, we're going to bring up the Golden's cast iron Kamado. We're going to bring that up to temp. For this chicken, my target temperature is 325 degrees. Now that we are up to temp and you see a thin line of smoke coming out of the smokestack, we're ready to put the chicken on. Now we'll get the chicken on the indirect side and close the lid. Now, just like in all cooks, you're going to get different readings from different parts of the cook. The Golden's cast iron thermometer is in the dome. I placed an aftermarket thermometer at the grate level. So we're going to have 2 different thermometer readings. At grate level, the reading is 325 degrees, and that's the one I'm going to go by because it's next to the protein. Now high at the dome, we're reading about 400 degrees. Now if you remember, our hot side is on the right and the cool side is on the left. We placed our divider plate right in the middle. That heat is cascading from right to left, and it's hitting the thermometer. And that's why we have a higher dome reading than grate level reading. Now I was just thinking, maybe I should put the hot zone in the back of the Kamado so that the thermometer will be on the indirect side, and maybe that'll give me a more accurate reading for the thermometer. I'm not sure. I'm going to try it. I'll let you know how that works out in a future video. After about 20 or 25 minutes, at this time I'm going to go ahead and probe one of the chicken thighs. Since the chicken thigh is going to cook the longest, I'm going to use that as my base temperature reading for the rest of the chicken. We'll also check to see how the chicken is doing. You can see here on this breast meat, the side closest to the fire is getting some color. So I'll just spin those around 180 degrees. And I'll also swap positions on the chicken wings. I'm not going to do anything with the leg quarters. I'll just leave those just as they are. Now, this deep into the cook, we are still burning clean fuel, which is a good thing. Now I'll use my Thermopin 1 just to check on the temperature of the other pieces of chicken. And we're getting pretty close for this to be done. So from this point on, I'm going to go ahead and unplug the other probe and start getting some color on the chicken skin. I'll move the chicken over skin side down and close the lid. After about 3 or 4 minutes, this is going to happen quickly now, we'll check on the chicken skin. And we're just going to repeat this process until we get to the color that we like. Now we got to the color that I like on the chicken breast, and we're going to pull those off and call them done. Now, if you're wondering why I keep the wings and thighs on there for a little bit longer, it's because I like those done at a higher temperature. Just a personal preference. So we're gonna leave those on, get more color on them, bring up the internal temperature, and I'll pull these off after the wings are about 175 and the thighs are above 170. So we've reached our target temperatures. I'm going to get everything off, and judging by the juices left on the cutting board, I'd call this a successful first cook. And if you want to see what I'm up to in the backyard, follow me on Instagram and you'll see what I'm doing back there daily almost. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching A View to a Grill. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.